Hey guys, so it's Angie here. Today I'm at a breakfast buffet. I'm here in Cape Town for a wedding and I'm staying at Spear Wine Estate, and they have the most insane breakfast buffet. And so I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to do a little video for you guys. I know that this is normally a place where we seriously struggle when we arrive at this breakfast buffet, and it literally, we feel like we're never gonna get food again. Like, we need to try absolutely everything, and it can totally throw us off of our game. I know a lot of you are going away for the holidays, you're probably staying at hotels, and so you are going to be facing the breakfast buffet each and every single morning. So I wanted to share a couple of my lean goal tips with you on how I navigate the breakfast buffet, how I go about putting my meals together, and how you can still get or stay lean while you're on holiday, and still enjoy your time feeling light and happy and fit. So here we go with my couple lean goal tips for the breakfast buffet. So the number one most important thing that you have to remember as soon as you walk into the breakfast buffet, that you are not on death row, and this is not your last meal on the planet, okay? So even though there are so many options, you still need to keep your wits about you. You still need to make smart decisions. You know, there's nothing worse than being a few days into your holiday and you've just been overeating every single day, and then you feel like shit. You can't put your bikini on, you have to put your full kazi on, and you're just not really feeling your best. So that's the number one tip. Just remember that just because the food is there, it doesn't mean that you need to eat everything. Tip number two is that you should really scope the entire breakfast buffet before you start eating anything. You do not want to end up at the end of your breakfast and be like, damn, I wish I had seen, I don't know, these pancakes. And then you've already kind of eaten up all of your calories, which brings me to my third point. You need to know what your calorie budget is for the day, and you need to know what your calorie budget is for breakfast. So today, for example, I'm going to a wedding this evening, so I really want to keep as many calories as possible. What I have also done is I've come to the breakfast buffet really at the end. So you guys know I normally do intermittent fasting, but of course I don't want to pass up on all the goodness at the breakfast buffet. So I thought, let me just push out the breakfast to try and come here. So I'll always find out, okay, what time is breakfast buffet closing, and I'll try and come like 20 minutes just before it closes so that I can still push my meal out. Because as you guys know, I do intermittent fasting, because that means that I get to eat more food in a shorter time period, which means that I'm fuller for longer. So still going along with that theory, try and head to the breakfast buffet as late as possible. And so, as I mentioned, you need to know what your calorie budget is for your breakfast. So you don't just go totally crazy and actually not know. You could even eat more if you know what your calorie budget is. So my calorie budget for today is going to be 400 calories for breakfast. And so how I go about kind of navigating is I do try and stick to simple foods that I would normally eat. There's certain foods that just make me feel good, and so those are the ones that I normally stick to regardless of where I am. And so I always go for really simple stuff as well, where I kind of have an idea on what the calories are already in those foods. So I'm not gonna, I don't normally eat pastries for breakfast, or I don't normally eat like waffles with syrup on, because those are not really foods that make me feel great and energized. So especially when you're wanting to eat to be satisfied and to have energy the whole day, most of the time if you go for something like a sugary cereal or pancakes, you're not gonna have that, you're not gonna feel really full for very long. So the first thing that I always go for and I always start breakfast with is some kind of protein. Most of the breakfast buffets, they normally have like a menu where you can actually ask for what you want. So people may look at you funny, but I always ask for egg whites. And why I have egg whites is they are generally quite low in calories, high in protein, and you can get a nice big portion. So I'll normally start with some scrambled egg whites, and I'll ask them to do it with no oil. As you guys know, like for 1 tablespoon of oil, it's like 100 calories. So that's almost even more than the actual food itself. So I'm asking to use something like spray and cook. So I'll always start with that. Then something else that I always love, you guys know I'm like, I have an oats obsession. Like, I think it may be a problem. So if they have oats, I'll always also go for that. It's high volume, Okay, so picking up, now that I have my coffee, I'm having an almond milk cappuccino. That's also a great way to save calories. Instead of having a normal cappuccino, which probably would be around 120, 100 to 150 calories, you can switch it out for almond milk. This is actually the almond breeze one. I always do check, and this will be about 30 calories a cup, which is pretty good. So back onto my point on the oats. So if they do have oats, I always do love going for that. It's very high volume, it's a great carb, it keeps you full for long. And I always do make sure that they do make it with water though, because sometimes they can add like milk and cream and sugar and I don't know, like duck lard. So just be sure that it is just made with water. So that's also a really great option. Then, so if I have my egg whites, I have my almond cappuccino, and I have my oats, that'll probably bring me to around 300 calories, which means that I would have 100 calories left to play with. So now you can kind of go one of two options. If there's something in the breakfast buffet, I better have my coffee, because I might just squeeze that child.
I'll miss you too, buddy. Okay.
I'm not going totally crazy, I'm just trying to do some rough estimates in my head on what my calories kind of would be. So let's say I have gotten up to now around 300 calories and I have 100 calories left. So here you can kind of play a little bit. If there's something that you've seen on the breakfast buffet that you really want to try, like if there's an amazing pastry, you've now like become full at least with your protein and with your carb. So you're now not eating to get full, but rather just eating to taste something. So then absolutely go for it. Have a bite or two of something that you've really been craving or something you've really had your eye on. Maybe like a strip of bacon, that's your thing. Or otherwise you can of course really have some more high volume foods. Some great options there are like the low calorie fruits. So they normally do like melon and strawberries here at the breakfast buffet as well. So I love to pile on a whole lot of fruit. I just love fresh fruit, and it's also very low in calories. So that is another great option. Something else that I also like to do is include some vegetables in my meal. So if they do have things like mushrooms, spinach, tomato, those are also really low in calories. I like to add vegetables to any meal that I can. So that would be nice to have with my eggs. So I'll also try and include that, but also just make sure that it isn't covered in oil, because a lot of breakfast foods are generally fried. So it is something that you should note. Then something else that I did want to mention is that I would really try and stay away from using my calories up on things like fruit juices or any kind of liquid calories. I know that I am having a cappuccino now, but of course that's only around 30 calories. Something like a glass of fruit juice can be as much as 100 calories, and obviously that's not adding to your satiety or adding to anything much to your meal. So although those juices can look really healthy and fresh, they're actually just kind of wasted calories. So I would stay away from those. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I don't expect you to remember everything that I went through, so I actually created a download for you that you can actually click on the link right now and get delivered straight to your inbox for free with my top tips on how to handle and how to navigate a breakfast buffet so that you can stay feeling lean and amazing all the time while you're on holiday. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Hit me with a like, hit me with a comment, let me know what other topics you'd like me to cover. Otherwise, you can always visit my website, leangirlguide.com, to check out my programs. A bonus tip: always make sure that you wear a crop top to breakfast, so then you know if you've eaten too much.
Why would you know you've eaten too much when you're wearing a crop top?
Because your stomach is hanging like that.
So you can look down and look at your measure your stomach hanging over your pants. Like a window to your
How am I doing? Can I have more?